Hello, everyone. My name is Enoch. My argument today is that the essence of video game media is aimlessness. I will explain this idea from several perspectives. With the vigorous development of the internet and digital technology, electronic games have become one of the most common forms of entertainment for contemporary young people. The types of electronic games are diverse and rich, not only bringing people relaxation and happiness, but also containing rich social phenomena and cultural heritage. Electronic games are gradually becoming a comprehensive entity for cultural exchange, economic exchange, and social interaction. Although electronic games constantly innovate in terms of gameplay, graphics, and plot, the essential characteristics of games are obscured by these superficial things. Aimlessness is an essential characteristic of games that is easily overlooked. It is not literally meaningless, but rather points out the unique nature of electronic games in terms of goal setting and value attribution, which plays a key role in our understanding of game design logic and cultural connotations. This article will start from the aimlessness nature of electronic games, providing new perspectives and ideas for a critical understanding of electronic games. The aimlessness of electronic games refers to their lack of intrinsic goals, and the rules, narrative, and aesthetic elements of the game are not innate, but rely on external influences. This makes it easy for players to become bored due to a lack of stimulation when the game is not carefully designed. Games can cover various themes, but they also lack a fixed form and require external forces to determine their direction. If there is an imbalance between repetition and randomness in the game, overly repetitive mechanical tasks or overly random chaotic systems can disrupt the player's gaming experience. There are currently multiple methods to address aimlessness. Firstly, there is insistent design, which guides player behavior through various methods. In the role-playing game The Elder Scrolls IV: Oblivion, after creating a character, the game will guide players to explore the game world through main and side quests. The prompts in the task clearly set goals for players to enhance their character's strength and strengthen the player's obedience to the game rules. This design allows players to find their direction of action in a seemingly aimless gaming world and immerse themselves in the gaming experience. Secondly, insistent advertising refers to the multi-channel placement of advertisements on social media and video platforms to enhance the presence of the game in the minds of players, generate their expectations for the game, and thus immerse themselves in the gaming world. Genshin Impact's propaganda is just like this. Through exquisite posters and shocking trailers, it shows the beautiful scenery and wonderful battle pictures in the game to attract the attention of players. In addition, there is also insistent lobbying, which refers to the gaming industry using lobbying and summoning to maintain its image and shift its focus away from purposeless games. For example, both Empire, Total War and Assassin's Creed Odyssey incorporate accurate historical elements into the game and highlight this in their promotion, using the authority of history to enhance the seriousness of the game and allowing players to feel cultural connotations in the game, thereby ignoring the purposeless nature of the game itself. In order to get rid of aimlessness, the games will launch many activities and season challenges and attract players to join the game with rewards such as limited skins. But this can lead to a problem. What should players who don't have time to participate in the game but still want to receive rewards do? At this point, the act of game boosting emerges, where players give money to others to help them complete game tasks and receive rewards. This behavior is a form of exchange of benefits, reflecting the connection between games and capital. According to Thomas Malaby's capital theory, there are market capital, social capital, and cultural capital in game culture. Market capital is reflected in various virtual goods, currencies, and services, taking Second Life as an example. Players can purchase equipment and props through in-game coins to enhance their character's strength. Players can also use money to purchase in-game currency and exchange high-value accounts for money. This reflects the liquidity and transferability of market capital. Social capital is manifested in games as social networks and reciprocal relationships between players. In World of Warcraft, guilds are an important form of social organization for players. Members collaborate with each other, share game experiences and resources. This reciprocal relationship not only enhances social connections between players, but also helps them obtain rare items and improve their game level in the game. Cultural capital is reflected in players' game skills, in-game achievements, and unique cultural items. In strategic games like CSGO, professional players hold a high position among the player community due to their exceptional operational skills and understanding of game tactics. In addition, game players who possess limited edition weapons can also gain a higher sense of identity and status, reflecting the value of cultural capital. There is also a close connection between culture and capital. Games with unique cultural backgrounds are more likely to attract players to invest, promote capital operations, and provide capital for the innovation of game culture. Johann Huizinga believed that games predate culture and permeate cultural activities. The same goes for electronic games, many of which contain rich cultural elements. Games not only carry culture, but also innovate and develop culture. Glory of Kings reinterprets numerous heroic figures from Chinese history, giving them new stories and images in the form of a game. In terms of cultural research, it is necessary to explore the cultural connotations behind games. We should analyze the cultural elements carried by games and determine whether they inherit or innovate traditional culture. Since this perspective is called aimlessness, it will not only look at whether the task system of the game is reasonable, whether it can provide players with relatively clear goals, whether the degree of randomness and repeatability is harmonious, but also analyze the cultural connotations and capital operations in the game with a critical vision and understand the essence and value of electronic games more comprehensively and deeply. To conclude, we should spend more time on games, culture, and capital and make more data on the social effects of games and on players themselves, as well as contribute to the healthy development of the electronic game industry with theoretical guidance, while also bringing players a higher quality and more cultural gaming experience. Here is my reference list. Thank you all for watching.